escape HTML characters. For example, I'll change the template to use %==. The %% magic tag is used if you want to write magic tags to the HTML content of your page. Notice how magic is printed instead of evaluated. The %pound magic tag is used to comment out magic tags. I can comment out a console log. EJS templates can automatically update their HTML when observed data changes. This is live binding. To enable live binding, use the @er method to read properties in EJS. When the property's value changes, EJS will update the DOM for you. To see it in action, I'll convert our template to use the @er method. You might think something like this would work. It doesn't. The reason is that EJS converts what's in the magic tag to a function. When the name changes, it calls that function. In that case, I will be 3, which is what I is after the for loop is done iterating. The fix is pretty simple. Just use an iterator like jQuery's. Now our live template is live, but to see it in action, I need to be able to change a to-do's name. For that to happen, I'll make our to-do's list accessible to the command line. Let's change the first to-do's name. Notice how the DOM is updated. Let's try adding a to-do to the list. It doesn't show up. We'll see how to fix that in the next section. This template doesn't update when items are added or removed because nothing is reading a property that changes when items are added or removed. We can fix this by reading the length property. A list length property changes whenever an item is added or removed. A list's each method will also use @er to read the length property, so we can change our template to use each. Remember how model lists automatically remove destroyed instances? When we destroy an instance, it removes itself from the list, changing the length property and updating the DOM. EJS allows you to run code on an element after it has been created by returning a function within the %= magic tags. Sometimes there are certain element properties that cannot be set in HTML. The most common case is setting model instance data on an element. In many apps, you want to know the model instance an element represents, so when someone does something to an element, you can look up the model instance and perform some action on the instance. The easiest way to do that is with the arrow syntax. Let's add to-do instance data to each li. Now we can get a to-do instance from an element. Can control is used to organize controls with key value binding. It serves as both a traditional MVC view, creating UI widgets like tabs and grids, and a traditional MVC controller, organizing views and models into higher order business rules. Let's use control to build a to-dos widget that lists to-dos and lets us delete them. First, I'll extend can control with instance properties and overwrite its init method to load